So in today's video, I'll be testing out my Fanxiang S500 Pro 1TB at M.2 NVMe SSD on my i7 or Asus Z97-Pro motherboard with a i7 4790K processor. In today's test, I will be testing out how long it takes for me to load large games. So as you can see, K drive has my Fanxiang S500 Pro 1TB M.2 NVMe SSD. This is where it's at. And I'll demonstrate that in Steam as well. So I'm going to be running a number of games on it, like State of Decay. As you can see, it is installed on K drive. Civilization 6 is also installed on K drive. Wolfenstein II New Colossus, K drive. Wolfenstein Old Blood, K drive. So I moved all the game files from my previous storage devices on my computer to K drive, so I could test it out to see how long it takes to load up. Cyber Crisis as well. K drive. So let's begin. Let's start. I'll be loading Cyber Crisis first.
Hey, you! Yeah, I'm talking to you. You connect to the net, right? Well,
You saw how quickly that loaded up. I'm not going to be playing any games. I'm just loading it up to test the performance of the SSD, basically. That was pretty fast. And this is a pretty big game. This is about, let's see how big it is. 61.3 gigabytes. Very large file. Let's try Wolfenstein New Colossus. This game is about 48.49 gigabytes. Let's see how long it takes to load up. You saw how fast that was, right? It just loaded up like almost instantaneously. That would have taken a lot longer if I used a hard drive. Let's try loading up State of Decay 2. 20.26 gigabytes. Let's check out the temperature of this thing. See how high it is. Only 38 degrees Celsius. That's because I have a heatsink fan attached to it. I'm using the Asus M.2 NVMe heatsink fan on it. It's keeping it pretty cool. Try loading Old Blood, Wolfenstein Old Blood. That was pretty fast. Okay, you saw that it loaded pretty fast. Last one is I want to test Civilization 6. .79 gigabytes. Let's see how long this takes.
A world of information rests in the palm of your hand, and networks for instantaneous communication span the globe. Yet a unified vision of our future has never been built. We compete in technology, culture, and politics. We have deadly weapons that could destroy our planet. Lead us carefully, but boldly, and build a global community that can stand for years to come. In your people lies your greatest strength, Emperor Qin Shi Huang. From all over the world, others will come to gaze upon the great walls and towering wonders of your united China. May the hands of your men never blister as they work hard and fast to raise the most impressive structures that the world will ever know. Protect them well, and you will forever be immortal.
Okay, so this would have taken a lot longer if I just used my hard drive. So this is not that bad. Using an SSD like this definitely does make it a lot better. Especially when I want to run modern games and stuff, because modern games take up a lot of space. This is K drive right here. This is the drive that I have my games installed on it. And those are the games that I tested. If you have any thoughts or questions, well, as for the test that I ran on CrystalDiskMark, I was able to get, well, I'll test it again just to show you. You don't have to take my word for it. You can just see it firsthand. I was able to get at least 3.1 gigabytes in terms of the read speed. About 3,000. The write was about the same on this motherboard. This is pretty fast on an old computer like this, on a 9-year-old computer. This is the fastest storage device that I have on this computer. The other stuff, this is M.2 NVMe Western Digital N550. I'm only able to get about 800 megabytes per second with that due to the limitation of the M.2 NVMe slot. And I also have my Samsung Evo 860 here. I'm able to get about 500 megabytes per second with that. So this is the fastest. This is the second fastest storage device on an M.2 NVMe slot. And this is a 2.5-inch SATA 3 SSD. So those are all the SSDs that I have on there. And that is definitely the fastest. The Fanxiang M.2 NVMe SSD, 1 terabyte SSD is the fastest thing, and it's connected to a PCI-Express X4 M.2 NVMe adapter. So that's what it's connected to. And, I'm pretty happy with this upgrade. I also have the same SSD on my newer computer, which uses a Asus H470M motherboard, which has a Intel 10700KF processor on it. And that loads up programs very quickly as well, almost instantaneously. So that's what I want to share with you today. If you have any thoughts or questions, you could leave it in the comment section below. And if you're interested in watching other videos that I made about this M.2 NVMe, PCIe M.2 NVMe adapter, or other tests that I ran on this M.2 NVMe SSD, then I'll leave it in the video descriptions below and also in the video cards in the top right corner. And it will be at the end screens as well if you are interested. And thanks for watching.